Hello everybody, this is Mario Hockey 9 here, and it's day 2 of phlegm. So my phlegm got a little bit worse. I know in the first video they kind of cut the phlegm out. This webcam is amazing, but this is day 2 of phlegm. Got worse. So we're gonna be doing a rant here, and this is gonna be about two things. Well, the first thing that I just want to touch base, it'll take a minute or maybe even longer, I don't know, is that my NHL predictions video. Now, I know I've done this in the past. I've commented on people's like NHL predictions or that was weird or whatnot, saying like, "Oh, your predictions are terrible. How could you do this and this?" Well, when they say don't post any stupid comments saying how my predictions are bad, I get what they mean now. And it's not just because I made one, it's because I really get what they mean. People have been posting stuff like it was only it was 4 or 5 posts I blocked. I deleted a few of them because they were just kind of the regular things. They were just kind of, oh, how can you do this with this? Tampa Bay, okay, I didn't really think of Tampa Bay. You know what I mean? I didn't really think of that. I just kind of thought of previous years. But I forgot they had Gagne, I really forgot they had Stamkos. So I would probably swap them with the Islanders and make them 10th. But they don't have the goalies to do it anyway. But you know what I mean? If you want to really comment, I never asked for any comments. You know, I didn't want to block comments because I didn't really care. You know what I mean? But from now on in these prediction videos, I'm going to be blocking any comments. I get the main reason why I guess they do it. You know what I mean? Like, make your own prediction then. If you're really so agitated about this, unless you have no access to a webcam, and you're in the Galapagos Islands, which I don't know how you're watching hockey, but if you're in the Galapagos Islands, that's the only reason why you should be not making your own prediction. If you're really that upset about it, you don't have to leave me a comment like, oh, Philadelphia does this, how could they be rated higher? Okay, here's a good one. How could Detroit be rated higher than San Jose? San Jose we've got Thornton, we've got this, we've got that. Hey, Detroit has kept their team, they've been solid. You know what I mean? I get the Tampa Bay thing, that was my bad. But, the other things, like, how could you rate this team higher than this team when I rated Chicago 4th and then Detroit 1st? There was a comment saying I deleted it because it was just so dumb, saying how could you read Chicago in 2nd with the Stanley Cup champs? They've got momentum, they got the fan base. Yeah, but look, it's 1st to 4th. If Detroit, if I could have done the same thing with Chicago in front, and then you would get Detroit fans house on me. And I strictly said, now you say as a Shark fans, I said don't come on my channel and be all like, oh, why is this team not there? Because it's my predictions. Okay? This isn't how it's gonna go down probably. It's not like my NFL predictions. Last year, the NFL playoff predictions, I predicted the exact same thing. Like, I didn't do a video on it, but I just did it in my mind. I predicted and I told my friends, I did the exact same thing that actually went happen, except I predicted the Jets to be in the Super Bowl, and they would still lose to the Saints, I actually predicted. But, yeah. So, alright, so this main video is about people in my school. They don't like hockey at all. They hate it. They're like, oh, hockey's boring. Hockey's stupid. It's a dumb sport. Nobody cares about it. Why? You know what I mean? You've never seen the game, obviously, if you don't like it. Their excuses are terrible. Their excuses are like, because it's gay or something. Their excuses are like, because it's bad. Nobody cares about it. What does that mean? Nobody cares about soccer in the U.S., but a lot of people think it's still good. Nobody watches soccer here, but it's good anywhere else. It's good in Canada. You know what I mean? If you lived in Canada, that would be the main sport. I like all the other sports too, but let me list some flaws of other sports. Number 1, football. Football, I like it very much. It's possibly my 2nd favorite sport to watch. But it stops, and then it goes, and then it stops, and then it goes, and then it stops, and then it goes. Touchdown, commercial for half an hour, for 15, 20 minutes. Let's see. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And then like it's just the time, you know what I mean? They make it 3.5 hours when it should be 2.5. Baseball. Baseball is just kind of the same thing with time. There's no real action. There's no real physical contact. I mean, there are really exciting moments. I like baseball. Basketball. Well, the NBA is just, you know who's going to win every year. I could have easily predicted that it would be Lakers Celtics again. It was the Lakers, Celtics, Lakers. Okay, you have your dynasties every 4 years. This year it's going to either be the Lakers, Celtics, Heat, or the Suns. And this isn't a prediction. This is just basically knowledge. Hockey's non-stop action. I mean, yes, they're play stoppage, and yes, it's fights and whatnot, but they've got, great saves, great shots, and everything else, great hits. You got the highlights, they've got the cool, in between the legs goals, you've got the cool sniping goals, and that's like when you hit it top shelf and it hits off the post and in or hits the glove side. That's when you snipe it from far away. But, and another thing, everyone's like, oh, except for the fights are cool. Well, you know what? Fights don't happen at all. Everyone had that reputation, because in the old days, there were no rules in Canada during the 1900s. I'm reading a book that CBC wrote on the history of hockey, and it's called Hockey, a People's Game. And, because there were no rules. So what do? You try to get the puck any way you can. They've adapted the rule into fighting. And also the Philadelphia Flyers, the 70s, they did that to us too. I blame the Flyers for that as well, because the Flyers won by hitting. They won by being brutal. They won by fighting. They won 2 Stanley Cups in a row. They won 3 conference or division titles in a row. They've been to Stanley Cups because of their fighting, and I don't like it. I really don't like it. But there's no reason that they're giving me valid. And one of my friends, who's a sophomore, Mario Hockey, Politics Man 22, he gave a terrible reason also. He's just like, I don't like the sport. That's why. You know what I mean? You can't just say you don't like it. Basketball I don't like because, I would like it if it was if all 30 teams had a shot. Hockey, okay, all 30 teams don't have a shot. Hockey, about 20. If at least 15 teams had a shot at winning the NBA Finals, I would watch it as a Knicks fan. The 90s, I understand the 90s and the 80s were a great time to watch basketball because you got all these different teams doing great. The Knicks were good, the Nets were semi-good in the early 2000s. You had 8 or 9 teams that were good. Nowadays, it's just not really there. Or the NHL, the Montreal Canadiens, they were the 8th seed, and they made it all the way to the conference finals. And in case you fans are watching any other sports, it's the same as basketball, the playoff format. It's 3 best out of 7s. Let's put it on the screen. It's 3 best out of 7s. 4 best out of 7s. And did you see the Boston-Philly series? Philly came back down 3-0 to win. I never saw that happen in the NBA before. Last I checked, the Lakers beat the Utah Jazz. They swept them. Last time I checked, when a team's down 3-0, they could just pack it in right there. Rather than, good stuff happening. I mean, the Canadians came back down 3-1. I bet it wasn't until I think the 90s were an 8th seed to even went past the first round of the NBA. Hockey's an action-y sport. It doesn't really have any stoppage. It has stoppage of plays, but it's quick, and the face-offs are entertaining. That and our video games are way much better than any other sport. I would say besides baseball, because baseball, maybe hockey more action-y, but baseball goes really into depth. But, leave me a comment. This time I really do want you guys to leave me a comment to say what is wrong with hockey. And don't give me a dumb answer like, oh, it's dumb. It's boring. Yeah, it's boring to watch because you don't know what's going on. Because they're skating their tails off. They're skating their tails off, passing, getting away from the defender, trying to get the puck up the boards, trying to clear it in the zone, trying to score some way that's strategically possible. They're not just skating slowly, the other team's lagging. They're running away, they're trying to not get hit, they're trying to deke the other guy. The goalies, they do a lot too. It doesn't seem like it, But they do a lot, and that's another story for another time, but I'm up to 10 minutes now. And, that would be it. That would be it. So leave me a comment if you find anything wrong in hockey that's grammatically correct, because if I find any dumb comments, that means you guys can't find anything. That means just guys can't find anything wrong. You just really guys, yeah, that's what I want. High court to hear church free speech case. Yeah, I get like one of those RSS feeds on the top of my computer. It's like, who cares, you know? Internet, not whatever. So yeah, that's basically it. So if you guys find anything wrong in hockey, if you guys find anything wrong, just tell me, because I really can't think of something. You know, and and you know what people say, nobody cares about hockey? Let me list you some countries that care about hockey. USA, 10% of people watch hockey. Canada, 95% of people watch hockey. Sweden, 90%. Finland, 90%. Russia, 60% of people watch hockey. Czech Republic, 80% of people watch hockey. Switzerland, 75 to 80% of people watch hockey. Italy, 30% of people watch hockey. And Japan, 2% of people watch hockey, but it's still something. Australia, hockey's the 4th most popular sport. England, they got leagues. They got leagues all across Europe. And I gotta tell you, Canada's where it's most popular right now. But that'll be it, so see ya.